Warning, this recap contains spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, you have been warned. In the film Killers of the Flower Moon, directed by Martin Scorsese, an ensemble cast brings to life a gripping tale of greed, betrayal, and justice against the backdrop of the Osage Nation's harrowing history. In the early 20th century, the Osage Nation in Oklahoma found itself in possession of a valuable resource: oil. This discovery made the Osage people incredibly wealthy, with their land becoming one of the richest places on Earth per capita. However, their prosperity attracted greed and corruption. As oil revenues poured in, the Osage faced a unique challenge. The U.S. government mandated that white legal guardians be appointed to manage the Osage members' wealth, deeming them incompetent to handle their finances. So when an Osage married a white man, he could oversee their wife's finances. While the Osage retained mineral rights, the management of their money created a vulnerable situation. The situation escalated as a series of murders occurred in the Osage community. This series of crimes, known as the Reign of Terror in the 1920s, was driven by avarice and prejudice. Individuals sought to exploit the Osage wealth, leading to a dark chapter in American history. The community, despite its newfound affluence, became the target of sinister plots that unfolded against the backdrop of economic success. The Osage allotments under the Act of June 28, 1906, possessed distinctive features. Firstly, all the land within the reservation was subjected to the allotment process. This meant that every parcel of land within the Osage Reservation was designated and distributed among individual allottees. Additionally, the allotment process was characterized by 3 rounds, during each of which every allottee had the opportunity to select 160 acres of land. This unique structure of the allotment rounds allowed each individual to have multiple opportunities to choose specific plots, shaping the distribution of land within the Osage Reservation. The Act of June 28, 1906, with its particular provisions, thus contributed to the distinctiveness of the Osage allotment system. In addition to these distinctive features, some families experienced a stroke of fortune as their adjoining allotments contained significant quantities of oil. While this newfound wealth held promise for prosperity, it inadvertently contributed to a formula for disaster during the Reign of Terror in the 1920s. The exploitation of oil resources within the Osage allotments became a central factor in the sinister plots and crimes that unfolded during this tumultuous period, leading to a tragic chapter in Osage history. Leonardo DiCaprio takes on the role of Ernest Burkhart, a World War I veteran whose greed and naivety make him a pawn in a series of gruesome murders. Robert De Niro, who masterfully portrays William King Hale, Ernest's uncle, and the mastermind behind the Osage murders, even showcases his linguistic prowess by speaking the Osage language in a pivotal scene.
Now, this is a cattle ranch. There's no oil here. No oil? Yeah, no oil, no fear. So I'm settled with no fear. Time will run out. This wealth will run dry. Drier than the 7 years of famine that plagued the pharaohs of old. They were sick people. They were kindly people, big-hearted people, but they're sickly.
Who? We have so many deaths we've lost count. We have hundreds down.
In the old days, we would fight these people. 20 years ago...
As the Osage Nation thrives on newfound wealth from oil reserves, tensions rise when white court-appointed guardians assume control of the financial affairs of Osage members, considering them incompetent.
Incompetent.
What is your allotment number?
285.
You've asked for additional monies of $752 to pay a medical bill for an abscess.
Yes, sir.
Was the operation successful?
Yes, sir.
And the diabetes?
I have a prescription at Fairfax Drugs. I'll send my help to fill twice monthly.
You gotta look out for that, you know.
John Whitehair, age 23. No investigation. Bill Stepson, age 29. No investigation. Anna Sanford, age 41. No investigation. Rose Lewis, age 25. No investigation.
Against this backdrop, Ernest returns from the war to live with his uncle King Hale and brother, portrayed by an outstanding cast, including Lily Gladstone as Molly Kyle, Jesse Plemons as Thomas Bruce White Sr.,
And Sarah Butler, age 21. Suicide.
Art Tantu Cardinal as Lizzie Q, and John Lithgow as Peter Leeward, the lead prosecutor in the trials of Hale and Burkhart. Hale, cunningly posing as a benefactor to the Osage, secretly plots the murders of wealthy tribal members, promising Ernest more inheritance if Molly's family members meet untimely ends. The narrative unfolds with a mix of romance, tragedy, and crime, as the Osage community faces internal strife and external threats. The film delves into the dark machinations of Hale, the corrupt local authorities, and the struggle of Molly, played by Lily Gladstone, who hires a private detective and even travels to Washington, D.C., seeking justice. The Bureau of Investigation, led by Jesse Plemons as Agent Thomas Bruce White Sr., intervenes to uncover the truth, leading to the arrests of Hale and Ernest. It's truly exhilarating to witness an abundance of native talents gracing the big screen, with Lily Gladstone rightfully earning acclaim for her compelling portrayal of Osage survivor Molly Burkhart, whose family became the target. The film also features exceptional performances from Tantu Cardinal, Cara Jade Myers, Janae Collins, Gillian Dion, Tatanka Means, and numerous other talented individuals, showcasing a rich array of native talent in the spotlight. As the story unfolds, secrets are revealed, justice is sought, and the aftermath of the trials is explored. The stellar performances of the cast, including the intense portrayals by DiCaprio and De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, is a haunting exploration of a dark chapter in American history, capturing the essence of the Osage Nation's struggle for justice and their enduring spirit.
50 years of age, passed away at 11 o'clock Wednesday night at her home. She was a full-blood Osage. She was buried in the old cemetery in Gray Horse, beside her father, her mother, her sisters, and her daughter. There was no mention of the murders.